Time for today's American Family News Daily Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff. Clashes broke out between anti-Israel protesters and police on the campus of George Washington University. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser spoke today about the police response to the protests and how to keep demonstrators safe.
I want to be clear that our responses to demonstrations is always rooted in public safety and constitutional responsibility. And the chief and her team are the experts in public safety and always have the final word on how our resources are deployed.
Police arrested at least 35 people and cleared the campus encampment early this morning after students had been camped out for nearly 2 weeks. The House Education Subcommittee examined claims of anti-Semitism at K-12 schools today. Speaking at the hearing, Florida Republican Congressman Aaron Bean says anti-Semitism is now coming from an unexpected source.
Some kids as young as second grade are spewing Nazi propaganda, which begs the question, who has positioned these young minds to attack the Jewish people?
Many students and educators at K-12 schools have protested Israel's conduct in its war against Hamas in Gaza, which Hamas's side reports has left 35,000 Palestinians dead. House Democrats accuse Republicans of ignoring anti-Semitism on the right. Adult film star Stormy Daniels took the stand for the first time yesterday, Tuesday, in former President Donald Trump's hush money case in New York, where he is accused of falsifying business records to keep a past affair with Daniels hidden during the 2016 election. Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, expressed her dissatisfaction with the trial on Fox's America's Newsroom. Apologists for homosexuality and sin claimed victory last week at the United Methodist Church General Conference. It left many stunned by the Sodom-like celebration in which the biblical Jesus was not welcomed. United Methodist Church is the nation's second largest Protestant denomination. It voted 692 to 51 last week to strip a rule about practicing homosexuals from its Book of Discipline. That decision was no surprise considering the 7,000 churches that have left the UMC, leaving mostly rainbow flag-waving delegates to affirm sin in the name of love. The Reverend Effie McAvoy, a UMC professor in Hope, Rhode Island, called the General Conference votes so very healing while speaking at a news conference, according to the Associated Press. You can see more on this story by Parrish Alford on our website, afn.net. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Republican governor of Arkansas, recently became the first female governor to challenge President Biden's illegal changes to Title IX, and a former teammate of William Leah Thomas hopes other governors will follow her lead. Here is Sanders speaking.
Walk down any street in Arkansas, from Little Rock to Mountain Home, and ask someone the difference between a man and a woman. You will probably get a pretty straightforward answer. But apparently, our leaders in Washington can't tell the difference anymore. It would be laughable if it weren't so threatening. That's because the rule doesn't change just language on a paper. It could have a very real impact on Arkansas colleges and universities. If Biden gets his way, female college students will shower and change next to male college students. Referring to someone using biologically correct pronouns will get you hauled in front of a disciplinary board for harassment. And scholarships previously reserved for women will now be open to anyone claiming to be a woman. My message to Joe Biden and the federal government is that we will not comply.
Title IX of the Education Amendments Act of 1972 states that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. You can check out more on this report by Chris Woodward over at afn.net. Tornadoes impacted much of the U.S. this week. On Tuesday, tornadoes were first spotted after dark in parts of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, while portions of Illinois, Kentucky, and Missouri were also under a tornado watch, according to the National Weather Service. But that's not all. On Monday night, Oklahoma dealt with some twister impacts as well. Take a look. Matt Phelps shared this video on X, saying this was in Hennessy, Oklahoma. And then about 2 hours east of Hennessy in Barndall, Oklahoma, a deadly twister did this. This is a video posted to X from My Radar Weather and storm chaser Jordan Hall. The storm's down power lines and stripped limbs and bark from trees across the town. We've learned at least one person was killed and another was missing. A 160-acre wax manufacturing facility in the community also took some heavy damage. And severe storms continue to barrel through the Midwest early this morning, unleashing a curtain of heavy rain, gusty winds, and tornadoes that forecasters warn could continue moving across and out of the region. You can always help stay ahead of a storm by keeping an eye on your local forecasts. And that'll do it for today's American Family News Daily Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff.